to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is an M44, it's the Tier 6 American SPG, and this one's located on the south spawn of Cliff, under the command of BaronCawdor. Now, Baron has something rather bad happen to him during this game. He got a disconnection, and it happens to all of us, I suppose, at one game or another, but this was one of the best games that BaronCawdor had ever played. And so he reconnected as quickly as he could, and what I'm going to do is edit these games together so you can see exactly how he fared. Battle has started. Now it's a tier 6 game, he's a tier 6 Arty, and he's moving off to his firing position, and it appears that he's actually going to go off into the bushes. Not too far back. Most people tend to go a little further towards the back, but BaronCawdor is actually going to pick the bushes nearer the front. Just setting himself up. That looks good. Okay, he's now aiming at the enemy. Okay, no, he's going straight for the hill first, which is what I would always do as well, because there's always some poor soul from the enemy team who thinks he can get to the hill quickly and then finds out to his cost, no he can't. Oh, and this one appears to have actually succeeded. That looks managed to get up. He was badly damaged, but I think BaronCawdor could probably put a round into him once he gets to the top and help our looks get to the top instead. Okay, our looks is getting close. There's the enemy one. Line him up. Rounds out. No, it goes long. Wasn't fully dialed in on him. Our looks is, oh no, wiped out by the enemy one. But our ELC's coming up and he's much more health on him, so can we get a shot onto that looks to finish him off? I think so. Here we go. Yes! Flash kill, 41 hit points, but there's the enemy ELC, and we pull away just as our ELC kills the enemy one. Okay, M3 Lee, and there was another tank, a Churchill 3 just there, and we got the M3 Lee with one of those shots. So that's 2 kills we've got, and the Churchill's suffering damage. Now it's about 30 seconds before the disconnection happens, and he's got another kill. That's 3 kills, and the battle's only been going 2 minutes. But he's only got another few seconds before this game disconnects. A P43 Biz trying to get up on top of the hill. He's dialed in almost, but he gets a hit. 192 hit points on that P43 Biz. And disconnection is about to occur. Okay, he's loaded. And he's following an M4A3E2. But he's disconnected. You can see that he lost all control of the reticule, and even though he was looking at that M4, all of a sudden he's disconnected. So he's rapidly trying now to get the game reconnected, and in a split second or so I will carry on the battle from when he reconnected. And the battle recommences as BaronCawdor has connected to the computer again. And, oh, he's found an enemy straight away, an SAU-40. And he gets a kill. That's his 4th kill in the game. So, he, after being away for about a minute whilst he was trying to reconnect, in that meantime, the M4A3E2 that we saw up on the cliff edge was wiped out. And we're just now looking for the enemy Arty. We didn't suffer any damage in the meanwhile to us, but I think there were some losses on both sides. So still can't find the enemy Arty, and we've just lost our Marder 38T. And there's a Panzer 38NA, tier 4 German light tank. We fire a round in, goes long, wasn't fully dialed in. And there's a Matilda, tier 4 British medium. Lost sight of him temporarily. He must still be there, and I think the Panzer 38 NA is probably somewhere in that vicinity. Unfortunately, our team appears to be holding back. They're not really moving forward at all, and mostly I think because they're inexperienced. That Matilda must be somewhere in the Western Pass area. I would think he's somewhere in that gap. Oh, we found that P43 Biz, the one that went up the hill we saw in the first half of the battle. Fire around in, and yeah, to get a splash hit for 69. And there's the Matilda. He's actually got to the southern part of the Western Pass. We're dialing in on him. No, there he is. And oh, that rock is in the way, unfortunately. Waiting for him to come out from behind the rock. Oh, Firefly managed to get him. And there's an OI experimental. Oh dear, now he's coming up the gap in the Western Pass. And there's a Death Toaster nearby. And he's just derped him with that gun on the OI experimental, the high explosive round. And despite the fact that he's taking fire, he's able to withstand it. We've got a KV-1s moving up to attack him. Oh, our KV-1 just got wiped out by the P43 Biz, the one that came down from the hill that we fired at a short while ago. He's very upset about that. WTF in chat. And now we've lost sight of that OI. In fact, we've got nobody spotting in that area at all. We've got an M3 Lee that's just gone up to the next level up on the hill, but he's just too far away to actually spot the OI because the OI is actually in that dip area. And if we're not going to get any spots, we're not going to be able to shoot. That is the problem with many low-tier games, and this is a tier 6 game, but I think most of the players are just too inexperienced to realise that Arty does need other tanks to spot the targets, otherwise we can't fire at them. We don't know where they are. We can only guess where they are. Yeah, this is going to be very, very difficult for us if we can't see anything. Well, just short of 7 minutes left in the game, and it's all gone into a very quiet phase where nobody can see anyone. Now we spotted somebody, and it's the enemy Arty, an FB304. It's not the only enemy Arty, but that one's now dead. 280 hit points, that's our 5th kill. And we've spotted that Panzer 38 NA. He must have gone up around the cliff and come back down the other side. Dialing in. He stopped. Fire at his position, and it looked as if it just fell short of where he was. We do have a T-34-85 up there. He could fire, and there's an M3 Lee up there as well. We're loaded. And there's that P43 Biz. He's actually gone around as well. We fire around into him, and he becomes the sick victim. So that's the Top Gun. That Panzer 38 NA, we've marked him as target. He's moving towards the T-34-85, who's suddenly realised he's in danger, and he's receiving fire. We fire at the Panzer 38, and he's killed by us. So that's the 7th kill. One short of getting a Radley Walters now. There's the OI experimental. We're getting all these sightings all at once, so the enemy is pushing even if we're not. We fire around it and get a hit, a direct hit, 235 hit points, but the OI is firing at our T-34-85. There's 3 left on the enemy team, 4 on ours. We fire another round into the OI and get another hit. 159 hit points this time, but the gorilla on the enemy team has taken out our T-3485. Now, can we get another shot into the OI? Right on the edge of being hit. Oh, that went long. That was RNG that time. Just one more kill, and it's Radley's. Okay, he's loaded. But we still don't know. I would actually try a few blind shots at this point. I don't think that OI would have moved from very far from behind that rock. And splash hits at this moment will probably do the trick. That's exactly what BaronCawdor does. And the shell falls short and it actually lands into the rock face. He's got 18 rounds of HE, so he can afford to fire a few just to try and splash the enemy in the hope that he's still there. Now, what we really need right now is for our Firefly 5C to actually go up and look for that OI experimental. If he was to go up the ramp towards the hill, whilst BaronCawdor continues to fire rounds in, that will keep the enemy behind cover, whilst the Firefly gets up there to find out where the enemy's gone. He's fired another round in. All of this is good suppression fire. I do think that OI is probably still behind that rock though, because I think the Firefly would have seen him the moment he came out from behind it. He's trying to get a solution. It's the great trouble when you've got nothing to shoot at. You have to just guess where the enemy has gone. But you don't want to spend too much ammunition on blind shots because you might need that ammunition later on. Well, the Firefly's finally moving. I think he's suddenly realised, yes, he does have a role to play in this battle, and that means he does actually have to... He can't sit at the cap all the time. That's the trouble with people who buy premium tanks, and they just think that just because they've got a premium tank, it means that they can sit on their haunches and let other people do the work. No, if you're in a premium tank, you have to do some work. Well, he's moving up the hill, slowly but surely, and the enemy Arty's coming to sight. The gorilla. And we fired a snapshot in, but unfortunately it went long. And now the OI experimental's coming to sight, and he was behind that hill. So those blind shots were effectively doing the right thing. They were holding him in place, and that was the 2-minute hooter. The gorilla's behind that building. We can't hit him here. And he derps the Firefly, but the Firefly goes in for the clinch, and I think he's face-hugging the gorilla, and it won't take long for him to kill him. He's got him. Now, will the OI now shoot the Firefly, or will they exchange fire? Well, they're exchanging fire, that's for sure, and the OI is pulling back into cover, and that will give BaronCawdor the opportunity he needs, and he's got it! He got the Radleys! And there is the last enemy, the Marder 38T. He's behind that rock, he's only a short distance away. He's exchanging fire with the Firefly as well, but if he stays there, yes, he's got the kill! Potential high caliber and wins the game. Wow. I think he's very happy. He just put a yes into chat. And here's the end of battle result. It's only a third-class tanker for BaronCawdor in the M44, but he doesn't care because he got a Bruiser Medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 16, and he got the Radley Walters Medal. In fact, he ended up with 9 kills. He got the 8 that he needed for the Radleys, but by killing that Marder 38T at the end, he was just one short of getting a Pools Medal, would you believe it? But that all from a game where you disconnected halfway through. A high caliber for dealing the most damage in the battle, and of course the Top Gun for getting at least 6 kills. So this very much was a game that was worth recording into a replay, because it's not many games you actually get where halfway through you're cut out because you lose your connection, and then you have to reload in, and then you win the game, effectively win it for your team and carry them by killing the most of the enemy. Let's have a look at the team score. Well, there you go, right at the top of the table, 2,094 hit points for BaronCawdor. He also, the next highest scorer, by the way, I should say, was the enemy Arty, the gorilla. The 1,074 goes to him. When it came to kills, of course he's top of the table. He had more than 4 times the next highest scorer, which was the Sherman 5C, who managed to get only 2 kills in the end. BaronCawdor managed to get 9 kills. And when it came to base XP, yet again, top of the table, clean sweep at the top, 984 base experience points he managed to get. The next highest score was the Churchill 3 with 654, and then the Sherman 5C with 503. Wow, let's have a look at the detail report. He fired 24 rounds during that game. He got 8 direct hits and 1 penetration, splash damage on 14, damage of 2,094 hit points, of which 1,824 were up more than 300 meters. There were a few shots that were very close to home. In fact, that last shot on the Marder, he was actually seen by the enemy when he fired, so he must have been very close for him to be spotted. He spotted 1 enemy vehicle, I think that was the Marder. He damaged 9 of the enemy, killed 9 of the enemy, and did stun assistance damage of 229 hit points off 6 stuns. On the credit side, on a premium account, he earned 39,588 credits, and after ammunition resupply and consumables, because he did use premium consumables, and it did work for him, it sped up his reload, he actually took away 7,468 credits. He received 1,476 XP, got the same for personal reserve bonus, so his total take home was 2,952 experience points altogether. But I'm sure that he was very happy to reconnect and to find out in the end that after reconnecting that he was the best player on the team. Well, by a far. He really did work, because the rest of his team, they were a bit inexperienced, really, to be honest, and they didn't perform very well. But BaronCawdor did, and I'm certain he's very pleased that he did reconnect, because it turned out to be one hell of a game. So if you enjoyed this replay, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, and hopefully it'll be your replay that I'll be featuring in the next video.